From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, if you love classic cars and you love Cool April Nights Cruise, but you can't make it, or you're just too far away, or you don't like dealing with the crowds, I've got you covered. I will be broadcasting the Cool April Nights Cruise live for 1 hour from 6:30 until 7:30 p.m. thanks to Banner Realty on Hilltop Drive. They will be, of course, providing the internet access for this live stream. Now, you'll be able to watch it from every Weather NorCal platform. That's right. If you have a Fire Stick or a Roku, you can watch it from there. If your smart TV has YouTube, and most likely it does, you can watch from the YouTube app on your smart TV. Just go to the Weather NorCal YouTube page, and then of course you can watch that live stream right from your TV. So you can do that from your TV. You can also do it from your Weather NorCal app on your iPhone or Android device. You can also watch on Facebook, X, and of course YouTube. And don't forget about weathernorcal.com. Again, that's the Cool April Nights Cruise live stream on Weather NorCal between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. Here's your headlines. Cool and unsettled weather pattern for the rest of this week, but the temperatures are continuing to drop with chances for showers and even some thunderstorms here for today. I think better chances for thunderstorms across the board, though, for your Friday, which we'll get into here in a second. Looks dry for the Cool April Nights Cruise and main event on Saturday. All right, so let's take a look at your neighborhood at a glance here for today. There are the showers. And of course, we're not really seeing any lightning strikes on the map here, but if you hear a few rumbles of thunder here and there in some cases, it's not out of the question. And by the way, that looks pretty intimidating, right? You see all that rain coming from those clouds. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be a lot of rain for most of us. It's going to be just kind of scattered, and you'll be dry, then maybe a little wet, then maybe dry again. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast. Here's through 2 p.m. There you can see that main boundary kind of pushing through the valley at this point. So there we can see some of those light showers. We're also seeing some activity, especially to the north and east, but really not a whole lot going on the coast. Yeah, maybe some drizzle and some light showers. 4 p.m. Now that main boundary has pushed off to the east. Maybe the south end of the valley could be looking at a few showers, but it's beginning to dry out. But even at 6 p.m., look at that. Out near Red Bluff, Corning, Chico, Willows, maybe a chance for some stray showers. And it's not out of the question for Reading to see some of that as well by 6 p.m. today. But again, you can see a lot of it is off in the mountains to the east and just some very light shower activity along the coast. Now, as we go into tonight, we've got another kind of disturbance pushing through. That's going to bring some more moderate rainfall for parts of the coast. Drying out tonight for the valley with some showers off to the south and east. Meanwhile, we take you into Friday morning at 8 a.m. Fairly dry for the valley. There's another round of some moderate rainfall for parts of the coast and to the east. Then we go into around the noon hour. We're seeing it spread eastward. Now that's the thing, this disturbance and what's creating all this, you see how it's kind of moving in this direction. This whole pattern is shifting eastward throughout the day on Friday. So as you can see, as we go into about 5 p.m., look where that flow is now. We're still seeing that flow coming in from the northwest and pushing all of that rain and thunderstorm activity down to the south and east. But you can see that main boundary of where that rain is going to be the east of the valley. So the valley westward will most likely be dry by the late afternoon to early evening hours, just in time for that Cool April Nights Cruise. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape there. By, of course, the time we get into Saturday, should be looking at dry conditions here, and then maybe a chance for a few showers kind of pushing on through for the north coast, Siskiyou County, and maybe, just maybe, even Modoc County. But for now, I'm keeping it dry there. And just north of the valley, it's getting uncomfortably close, but honestly, I think most of it's going to stay to the north. You know, northern Shasta County, the mountains there, maybe a few showers here, but mostly to the north into Siskiyou County. Take a look at Sunday. It looks dry for the main event on Saturday, not as you saw, but also on Sunday as well. And then going into your Monday, it looks like a dry start to your week. And then This is where the long-range forecast models begin to diverge. This particular forecast model has been fairly consistent and aggressive with this area of low pressure right here, eventually shifting southward. Now, what that will do is a couple of things. Number one, it'll keep our temperatures down. Number two, it will also increase the chance for showers, especially toward the end of next week. However, if you were to look at the European forecast model, it wouldn't be nearly as aggressive as this, meaning drier conditions and slightly warmer conditions as well. So again, we'll kind of have to wait and see. I'm kind of going down the middle of the road and also keeping it dry as we go through a good portion of next week as well. There's your Cool April Nights cruise events here for Cool April Nights events that is here for today. The show and shines. Of course, looking at the second half of the R&R Auto and Truck Repair, and not to mention WCP Solutions, maybe a stray shower. Not to mention out towards Hen House, you can see a stray shower there, as well as Simpson University. And even our big sponsor, our primary sponsor, Crown Motors, has a big event going on with the Reading Chamber of Commerce. They've got that mixer going on, live music and food, cars. It's going to be a great time between 5 and 8 p.m. Again, especially for the first part of it, say 5, 6 p.m. There may be a stray shower, but quite honestly, I think for the most part, it will be dry for the Simpson University, and not to mention the Crown Motors event as well. Here's what it looks like for today. Temperatures in the upper 60s. We could see some 70-degree readings down to the south end of the valley. Otherwise, it is going to be cooler than it has been. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s for most of us in the higher elevations, and not to mention the mid-50s out along the coast. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day outlook region by region, starting off with the valley. Showers possibly today, an off chance. Don't be surprised if there's a rumble of thunder in the valley today, but I think the better chances will be tomorrow for all of the valley, not to mention the mountains. Dry through the weekend and even as we go into next week, and not to mention warmer too. Now there's your 7-day outlook for the coast, inland, and not to mention Trinity County. So I've still got a chance for showers Saturday. You saw that on Futurecast, also the inland areas. But I think Trinity County should be dry on Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday going into next week, also looking at dry conditions. Taking a look at your 7-day outlook for Mount Shasta, also the better chances for thunderstorms tomorrow. Now, for Siskiyou County, yes, you saw those showers there, right? For Modoc County, and keeping it dry, but that may change. We'll see. And then going into the eastern mountains on Saturday looks dry, not to mention Sunday, and at least through the middle of next week, if not longer.